Hello friends, we are here in the Imaginarium today with the final of the 6 books that I finished during my last studio vlog. This is the monster. This is the one that I was like, I don't even know what these signatures are. They've been sitting on my shelf ready to bind forever, and then they were huge signatures, so I separated the 3 huge signatures into 6 signatures and just added like 6 pages total probably to the entire book to flesh it out to to flesh out each signature. Not that I really, strictly speaking, needed to, but I just wanted to add a little more like plainer writing space type paper, and I definitely like had created more types of paper since I had first arranged these signatures. And I think looking back at this, I think that this is what I had intended. Sorry, Pregnant Belly is showing up on this in the frame here. I think I had intended this. I think I made this like made the signatures like right after I made this. And so I was working in this, and I knew I was going to be a while working in this, and so I didn't need another junk journal for myself right then. But I think that I made this kind of thinking that that would be my next junk journal, and then a year went by, so I forgot about it and I made myself more junk journals. But looking back through it, there is a lot that is like really special to me. It's my first foray into Frankenpaper. It was like some of the first time I was playing with my die cutter, and actually looking through it, I was really inspired. I was like, I need to try some of these techniques again. I would love to do more of this sort of thing. So this is a huge book. I'm going to try and not talk too much so that I can get through this in half an hour or less, but we'll see what we can do. We've got my standard closure here with the knob that you can just loop the tie around, and then as it gets chunkier, you can untie the bow and tie it again to make, so that it has a looser fit. Or if you wanted, you could tie it for a tighter fit, so it wouldn't slip open like that. You can do whatever you want, but you can't actually because it's mine. Okay, so this is some upholstery fabric that I found at the thrift shop. And then the end papers, I wanted to use this picture from one of my old fairy calendars. Or I only have one old fairy calendar, but there's that. And then this is the other side of it. I've got a little glare. I'm trying not to get the glare in there. So that is kind of the whole image there. And then we've just got some William Morris wrapping paper in the center here. And then we've got some coffee dyed lace papers. I'm gonna sit down now. Some vellum. And then this is the first piece of Frankenpaper. So if you're not familiar with Frankenpaper, it's where you take pieces of paper that are not whole pieces of paper or that are not the size that you want, and then you piece them together to make them into the shape of paper that you want. So I wanted 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper, so I just placed an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper underneath and then glued my smaller pieces of paper scraps and torn papers and things together to create this. And I think every signature has Frankenpaper in it. Maybe not, because I know originally every signature had Frankenpaper in it, but once I split it into 6 signatures, that might not be true. And then we've got a pocket here from House of Roses, a tag that I made, and then this is the sort of thing that you'll see all throughout here. So I was really excited about my die cutter, and this is just some tea-dyed paper where I've punched the word gratitude into the corner of that, and you'll see that sort of thing throughout the book, and I'll try not to talk about it too much every time. Here we go, some more lace, more lace die cuts, and just some postcards. I tucked a bunch of these postcards in here. I feel like they're a big part of the vibe of this journal. I really love them. Tip out okay, I'm just trying to make sure everything I'm showing you is in frame. This is some botanical dyed paper I did. You can see the leaf imprints. This was back when I lived at Cottonwood Cottage. And we've got, I think there's 2 of these overhangs in the book, which this was a thing that I hadn't done in a long time. And so coming across these are from the vintage Audubon book that I have, was really inspiring for me. I was like, oh, I gotta do more of those in my journals. I love the little overhang thing. And then this was a sticker from one of my sticker books that I turned into, I've like put it on some cardstock and turned into a tuck spot. I just love this effect of the die cut. This is the sort of thing that I'm just like, I need to just make a ton of writing paper with little decorative die cuts and have those on hand to tuck into journals that I make, because I just think that is so, so pretty. And here's the other half of that piece of Frankenpaper. We've got some origami paper, scrapbook paper, little notepads, little pieces of all sorts of things. Another postcard, and this one says love. I like how the blue of her dress matches the blue of this paper here. Postcard flip out. I love the detail on this particular piece of the lace coffee dyed paper, where you can, All right, and then this is from, I got like some coloring books at Daiso, and they had like in the back, like examples of, so a lot of the pages are black and white coloring pages, but then some of the pages are like, here's how you could color this. So I thought those were really pretty. More lace. This is from, I think the book is called Paris in Bloom, and the whole book is absolutely gorgeous. And that's a gel print that I did, which I think is glued to that page there. I've got a little tab here. Got some Stamperia or Stamperia embellishments. I don't know how you say it. And then I made this one into a paper clip here. And then this is another piece of Frankenpaper. And this is another page from Paris in Bloom, but I've turned it into just a little writing pad with a couple pieces of parchment. And that's clipped down here, where it was. There we go. Got some tea dyed doilies sprinkled throughout here. Avocado dyed paper, a page from Magic of I. That was something that I didn't have when I originally built the signatures. This is a doily that I lined with vellum. So it's a lot more solid than just a regular doily. And it's, I don't know if you can tell, it's a pocket. I haven't put anything in there yet, but it's kind of its own page, but it is, you can stick stuff in there. And here's the other half of that piece of Frankenpaper, which I have put a handmade paper, not handmade by me, but this kind of cool paper pocket on there, and just tucked a piece of staff paper inside it. And this was stitched down. I was really going at it for this book. Little origami paper envelope that I made with a little tea-dyed paper tuck spot in there. It's like a Dover book of like Victorian decorative frames or something, and I tea-dyed it. Tea-dyed doily. And then I'll unclip this just so you can see the whole piece of Frankenpaper here. Love these little Stamperia papers. So I don't know, somebody tell me, is it Stamperia or Stamperia? The part of me that took so much Spanish in high school wants to call it Stamperia, but I've heard other people call it Stamperia, and I just don't know what's correct. Oh, and these are really fun. Oh no, not this one. Haha, never mind. There's some later that have a really fun thing going on. This is a little tab here that I did that one of those die cuts on. And then this is, I wrapped some stretchy lace around this rose scrapbook paper here. I need to round the corners on this so that it stops getting caught on the lace. Let me just, instead of saying it and then not doing it and then forgetting about it and then it happening again, let's just fix it now. So we've got this paper that I wrapped the stretchy lace around, and then this is from, I think, House of Roses, Stamperia. Got that tucked in there. And we'll tuck her back in. Oh, and look at that. She doesn't get caught anymore. Crazy. And then we've got a couple things tucked into this princess pocket here. Little piece of scrapbook paper. The scrapbook paper was printed with like 4 of these, and I just thought they would be really fun, kind of folded up a little bit off kilter and inked and turned into journal cards like that. And then this one says gratitude. And then this one's got a rose on it, avocado dyed, and this one's tea or coffee dyed, not sure. Couldn't tell you which. Love that. Okay. This is a greeting card that I found at a thrift shop. Some avocado dyed coloring page from Doreen Virtue Messages from the Fairies book. This page I think is really fun. So this is a Frankenpaper page, including some hand-stamped book page that I did. And this is one of my favorite tea bag quotes from the Throat Coat tea bags. He who wants a rose must respect the thorn. And then this origami paper envelope that I made, not only is there some fun stuff tucked in there that you can write on, but it's glued down here and here. So these tags just tuck right in there. And this is Sari ribbon. This one I dyed with hibiscus, so it's pink. And then we've got this beautiful glitter rose pocket on this piece of Frankenpaper. Just like a magazine page that I thought matched the vibe. And then a garden book page that matched the vibe. Another Stamperia element. And then this is a little teeny tiny journal that I made with some pink parchment and some coffee dyed paper. And some scrapbook paper end pages, I guess. And I just think it's really cute. So it matches the vibe and it's tucked in there. We've got some vellum. I love me my vellum pages. And then we've got this. And this one, She Is the Pocket. And we've got another garden page with a rosebud tucked in there. I'll tuck that back in. Tea-dyed doily. There's the rest of that Victorian frames or decorative frames or whatever it is. We've got some avocado dyed staff paper. Little flip out here. Another little flip out here, a scrap of paper and lace, and then this tag flips down to show a rose that's coming unstuck that I'll need to glue down there because the sticker is not very strong. Love this piece of Frankenpaper. It's so simple, but it's so good. And this I love. I just folded the piece of vellum in half and ran it through my die cutter with the die on the corner here. And so we've got matching cutouts on these upper corners. And then I made a little pop-up here on this doily. And it just says, life is beautiful. Makes me happy. Life is beautiful. Rest of the Frankenpaper. A little flip out here on the other side of the Frankenpaper. This is some book page that I did like texture paste through a stencil, and then I don't know if this was watercolor or spray inks, but whatever it is, I like it. I think it's spray inks. I think it's Distress inks. And this flips up. Another one of those greeting cards from the same thrift shop batch. Another one of these pages, same technique. Just some dot grid paper, hard to go wrong with dot grid paper. And I put a little belly band on here with some old scrapbook paper. And we've got another little die cut tea-dyed note paper and another postcard. I should probably round the edges on a lot of these postcards, but the only urgent one was the one with the lace. This is some beautiful thick cotton rag that I will watercolor on probably. This is folio from the Book of Fine Prints, which I was lucky enough to find at the thrift shop. I just think it's really gorgeous. And this is from the plates pages, which are kind of shiny. There is some really nice text pages in there as well that are not shiny. So I've been using both of them in my journals. And here's that other overhang that I was talking about. This one is from a book, I think, called Paradise Lost. It's got a lot of old English countryside paintings in it like that. And I guess I did this on manila folder. Interesting. And then more Audubon over here. This one flips up. And this is a pocket here. And these are cards that I had printed actually for Oil Coven. So there's this thing that Young Living makes called the Feelings Kit, and it's 6 oil blends specifically designed to help you work through and process and release like really difficult feelings, or any feelings really. And that kit changed my life, and using these affirmations with that kit changed my life. And every now and then I go back to it, but I just was like having the affirmations in front of me, and I put the name of the oil on the bottom of each card. It just makes it so much easier, and I just think they're really gorgeous. So I put a set of them in this journal. So if you're in Oil Coven and you need a set of Feelings Kit cards, or if you're thinking about joining Oil Coven and you grab a Feelings Kit when you join and you want a set of Feelings Kit cards, shoot me a message. I'll hook you up. Still got a bunch. May today be a day filled with joy and happiness. That's the other half of that greeting card. Oh, this is so fun. Okay, so the House of Roses, I think it's called House of Roses. I don't know. I have 2 rose kits, and I can never keep track of which one's which and what they're called. I know the one with the house stuff is House of Roses, but I don't know if the one with the clock stuff is the same one or if this is a different one. But I made it into an envelope on my envelope punch board. We've got another little love punched writing paper in here. I did not glue it shut because I really like that you can work on the inside of it as well. And how fun is this? I put a little spinny dial on it. So you could use this first, it's just fun to fidget with, right? But I also feel like if you ever needed like a coin flip or whatever, you're like, okay, even or odd. Or if you're, I don't know, you can use it as an oracle in all sorts of ways. And so I like having little oracles on the go. Also, I like spinning spinners. Who doesn't? So yeah, that's there. It makes me really happy. I actually just put a spinner into my current journal with a smaller version of this same piece of ephemera. And then, so this is what I was saying. I've done this with some other pages as well. I love doing this with envelopes where I've just glued it down here and here. So it's open here, and these guys are tucked in. It's got a little piece of the rose ephemera and a little tag that I made with no ribbon on it yet for some reason. It'll get its ribbon in time. It just has to be patient. More from Paris in Bloom, and I guess this one I made into a little writing spot as well with a little bird from, that looks like a Stamperia bird. Love me some roses. Yeah, this is very much like a rose, romantic rose themed journal, I feel like. I went crazy making a bunch of collage clusters one night, and here you go. Here is one. And then this was like a gel print that I made that I turned into an envelope with my punch board. Oh, and I made a little washi sample card for washi tape that matches this journal. I guess so that if I'm ever like away from home and I want to stick something in, I can. Okay, so this is what I was excited to tell you about before that I thought was on the other sheet of vellum, but I was wrong. It's on this sheet of vellum. So both of these envelopes are glued down here and here, but not here. So you can see through the vellum to the little bits of magic that are tucked in this pocket here. And then we've also got this opening here. This is one of those postcards. I just lace punched the edge. And then I think this is a magazine page, but I just backed it with scrapbook paper. Or maybe I just lined it with scrapbook paper. Yeah, it's just, the front of the envelope is just the one layer of magazine page. I just made an envelope liner out of the scrapbook paper. And then this one, same thing. So we've got the bird with here, but this one opens all the way because it's just gorgeous inside. We've got a little Knight of Wands from some Art Nouveau tarot. That might actually be what it's called. Tarot Art Nouveau tarot. I don't know. Beautiful roses inside. And then if I wanted to, I could tuck something here as well. Just not that, because that is too big to tuck there. And I love that, like, there's a lot of space to work on the envelope as well. And then we've got another pocket here, writing spot and tag. This one says, has love punched into it. I don't know how well you can, try to get a little shadow so you can see that better. There you go. Love her. Love her style. I almost have that outfit. Little pocket, some avocado dyed staff paper tucked in. I think I did a pretty good job of going through this pretty dang quickly, don't you? For how friggin' huge this is. I'm trying to watch my French a little bit here. There we go. That's it. We're at the end. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for following along. If I have any journals currently available in my Emporium at the moment, I will have the link to that section of my Emporium in the description below. I will also have a playlist of all of my different journal flip-throughs linked below, as well as some other relevant playlists, content, and links. So please check out the description if you're interested in any of that. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Bye.